The May 6, 2024 meeting of the Township Committee. The notice requirements provided for in the Open Public Meetings Act have been satisfied. Notice of this meeting was properly given by transmission to the Asbury Park Press and the Two River Times and by posting at the Middletown Township Municipal Building and filing with the Township Clerk all on January 11, 2024. Committeeman Clark. Committeewoman Kratz.
Here.
Committeeman Sedembrino.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Here.
Mayor Perry.
Here.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, I'd like to ask for a moment of silence to honor the troops serving worldwide, defending our constitutions, freedoms, and way of life. Thank you. First item on our agenda tonight, we have a presentation recognizing May 2024 as Jewish American Heritage Month in the Township of Middletown. At this time, I would like to invite Jewish Federation in the Heart of New Jersey representatives Susan Antman and Dan Rosette to join Mayor Perry at the front of the room.
Good evening, everybody. I got to meet Dan a couple of months back. He called me up after my trip to Israel back in, I guess, late January, early February of this year. And I got to go out to, I spent 48 hours on the ground in Israel, 5 hours sleeping. And if you can do an Israel trip in 48 hours, it's pretty good, I feel like. I didn't know when I had signed up for it that was going to be it, but I got to talk to Dan, and obviously we are at a moment in history where we can either stand up against hate and violence against a people, a peaceful people that have been persecuted for thousands of years, or you can remain silent. And when I went to Israel, I went to educate myself and to understand truly on the ground what was happening, to speak to the families, to understand what cultural ideals and innovations is ultimately the word that the Israeli people were going through. Because unless you're there, you really don't know and can't understand, and most importantly, appreciate the fact that this is a country of 9 million people, roughly the same geographic size as the state of New Jersey. And in one day, 1,200 people were killed and are kidnapped in just a single moment of time. And when I was there, I got to travel all throughout the country, flying into Tel Aviv, going down as far south as Ofakim, going out to Jerusalem, seeing so many beautiful aspects of a great country. And the thing that struck me the most, and the most underreported, unknown about Israel, is how large the Muslim population is in Israel. Muslim Israelis living there in peace with their fellow Jewish Israeli citizens. And I thought to myself, I'm sitting in a hotel in Jerusalem, just yards from the West Bank, basically, where you can see the crossover points of the border. And in that moment, those 48 hours that I was there have stuck with me, struck me, upset me, both in terms of anger and in terms of sadness. It changed my outlook on a lot of things by only being there for 48 hours. And every person that I have been able to talk to about this, whether they're from the Jewish Federation as an entity or just anyone that would listen to me talk about it. As an American, as someone who's Catholic, you don't appreciate the history and what is happening in that New Jersey of the Middle East, basically. The fact that you can travel from border to border in just a few hours, the fact that it's the same size population. But the one thing that struck me the most was I sat down with the mayor of Ofakim, and who I believe his town lost more people on that day than any other town. And I said, well, Mayor, said to him and the whole team that was there, I said, you know, Middletown lost more people on 9/11 than any other municipality outside of New York City. And as the translator was translating what I was saying back to him, you could see the emotion fill through his body. You could see him feel what I had said. And I felt at that moment this kinship between the two of us, even though neither of us were speaking the same language, we were speaking the same language. We were speaking the language of humanity. We were speaking the language of what it means to be a citizen of this world and how to live in peace regardless of whether or not you're 12,000 miles away or not. And that is a moment that, you know, my wife wasn't too thrilled that I was traveling to Israel in the middle of a war, which was, I guess, a fair point. I'm not going to tell her that, but it's a fair point. But it's something that I will never forget for the rest of my life. And I cannot wait, because it's not if, it's when I go back to Israel. I'm going to spend a little bit more time. But I truly believe that we are put on this earth to experience things, not just through travels, but through interactions with other people, whether you speak that same language or not. You speak that of humanity, and you can get that feeling. And when I presented the mayor of Ofakim with the flag that had flown over this building in the aftermath of October 7th, again, that language barrier was non-existent, because we were just two people, two mayors, sitting there understanding that both of us had gone through, both of our towns had gone through something so tragic, so unbelievable, that we just bonded in just a few moments. But what we are seeing, Dan and I have talked about this, what we are seeing on college campuses, what we are seeing in demonstrations across this country of an anti-American, anti-Semitic uproar is really concerning and really troubling. And I don't think of any other way other than to shine a spotlight. And it just so happens that today is the Holocaust Remembrance Day. And to be able, and the coincidence or the intent that our township committee meeting fell on this day, we had discussed it, and I hadn't even realized that it was going to fall on the same day until earlier today. The fact that it did only furthers exactly what I just said, that we can either stand up and speak out, or we could sit back and be partially responsible because we didn't. I'm not going to sit back and allow for anti-American and anti-Semitic rhetoric to bleed into the borders of this town, and I'm going to call it out in every other town. So what I hope that we can do as we recognize the fact that May is Jewish American Heritage Month is only propel the mission of the Jewish Federation, of the Jewish people, and the impact that they have, not just on Middletown, but on the state of New Jersey. New Jersey has to be top 5, top 2 in terms of populations of Jewish people outside of Israel. And it is our duty to ensure that we're carrying that message of love and support for our Jewish neighbors. So I didn't intend, Susan or Dan, to go on for that long. It just struck me in the moment. So, but I'm grateful that both of you are here representing the Jewish Federation. And we do have a proclamation, which I believe is the first time the town has ever done so, in designating May 2024 as Jewish American Heritage Month. So I never read all the whereases, but I do want to just say a few of them. It says, whereas less than a century ago, approximately 6 million Jews were murdered during the Holocaust, and this year, May 6th is recognized as Holocaust Remembrance Day in the United States to pay tribute to all those lives lost. And whereas although decades have since passed, Jewish Americans and people of Jewish descent continue to face anti-Semitism. Despite the adversity that they have faced, they bravely continue to follow their beliefs and values. And whereas Middletown Township strives to be a place where people of Jewish descent can feel safe and celebrated, Jewish Americans are part of the success story of our nation and our township, and they are an established and vital component of the neighborhoods in which we live, play, and work. Now, therefore, I, Mayor Tony Perry, and the Middletown Township Committee do hereby proclaim May 2024 and every May going forward as Jewish American Heritage Month in the Township of Middletown. Thank you for everything that you do.
Thank you.
Of course.
Say a few words.
Of course.
Again, nothing planned ahead of time. First, I want to thank you for your caring, your thoughtfulness, and for associating Jewish Heritage Month with Federation in the heart of New Jersey. We're a nonprofit. We represent Monmouth County and Middlesex County residents, and our goal is so similar to everything that you all do. Our goal is just to make everybody's life stronger, safer, and sweeter. And I think that our missions are aligned, and we very much appreciate this. I also know that May is Asian American, heritage, and Pacific Islanders and older Americans, and for sure a month where we honor, the military, where people gave up their lives to serve us and our community to make a world a better place. So for you doing this for us, you're the only municipality who's recognizing us like this. And I don't have words that could really express the appreciation for this, except to say thank you. Today's my birthday, and I couldn't have asked for a better birthday present in terms of knowing that.
I would have gotten a cake too.
But knowing that, honestly, I'm part of a really caring community. And I will also remember this. So thank you very, very much for this.
Off the cuff, I'll just say, to know that we have an ally, the town, all of you, sir, just makes me sleep a little bit better. It's been a tough, 8 months or so. It's been a tough 5 years also with anti-Semitism, but it's a good thing to have allies, and you all are our ally, and if there's anything we can do to work with you on anything to serve your town, please call me up, let me know, do it.
We'll be there for you.
Thank you. Sir.
We have to stay, next year in Jerusalem. I hope that's the case for you and for many of you who join us.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Sure. Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Just one minute. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks to all of you.
Very cool. It really was.
Okay, ready, Karen?
Okay, next we have a presentation recognizing May 2024 as Mental Health Awareness Month in the Township of Middletown. At this time, I'd like to invite Middletown High School South student Piper Wyman to join Mayor Perry at the front of the room.
You want the whole team to come on?
Just my support.
I love it. I'm your support group.
Yes.
You know, we're designating this as Mental Health Awareness Month, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, that was beautifully coordinated for support group. Okay, so for those of you who were here last year and might have been here, Piper came to me, maybe in my office hours, right? Where we just scheduled a meeting and to discuss that this young lady had an idea and was the most motivated person that has ever come to my office about something, was like, we are gonna get this done. She now has an office here at Town Hall. But Piper, who's now a senior.
Yep.
And is headed off to San Diego State University next year.
Yeah.
Did an amazing walk last year that left the Middletown Arts Center. And it was a walk that Rick and I could handle, last year. No, a walk from the Middletown Arts Center last year to right here at Town Hall in the parking lot. And the beauty of it, beyond what it represented and what it was raising money for, was the young people that were there, the young people that were involved. That was the great part, that they were all standing up for, not only as friends of yours, but as supporters of the cause that you were fighting for. And the walk for 2024 is rapidly approaching. Now, I could steal all the thunder, but that would not be able to let you see how impressive Piper is. So Piper, the floor is yours to let all Middletown know about your event this year.
Thank you. First, I want to start off by thanking Mayor Perry for giving me the opportunity to do this for the second year. This would absolutely not be possible without you. I want to thank everyone else who has continued to show support and partake in Being the Difference. This year, Be the Difference is going to be on Sunday, May 19th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. And like Mayor Perry said, we begin at the Middletown Arts Center and we walk all the way here to Town Hall, where there's going to be an event, and it's mainly going to be different types of tables and organizations that you can learn about. All of the money donated and raised is donated directly to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. They have different chapters, and each chapter is designated by the state. So I will be donating all of our funds to the New Jersey chapter. Last year, the walk was more of a success than I could have ever imagined. With nearly 220 walkers, I raised $11,000. And thank you. Yes, all of the money was donated directly to the American Foundation, and it was an entire, just utter success. I couldn't have ever imagined it to go as well as it did. And with that being said, this year, my goal has only showed me that I can strive for more and more and more. And so that's why I'm trying to advertise and promote Be the Difference as much as possible, whether you donate, whether you show up, whether you share it. Absolutely anything makes a difference, and I truly would appreciate anything that could be done. So thank you all for taking your time to listen today, and I hope to see you guys on May 19th.
Excellent job. This is a great walk. I encourage every Middletown resident to take part in some way, shape, or form. Be there to move Rick down the street a little bit faster. He slowed me down last year. But you know, to see high school students do this is really the big impact. See high school students come together. And the one part of this proclamation that I do want to read out loud, it says, suicide has reached every part of this world, including Middletown, and students from high schools north and south are coming together for the Be the Difference Community Walk for Suicide Awareness and Prevention on Sunday, May 19th, beginning at 10 a.m. at the Middletown Arts Center and ending at Town Hall. And we encourage every resident to visit the Be the Difference Instagram account for more information. And the reason I bring that up is because Piper showed me something that I was not aware of that you could do on Instagram today. So I felt very bad about myself. But it was a success. All right, Kev, thank you. All right, yeah. But Piper, you're doing an amazing job. I only hope that the next group of students at High School North and South pick this up. Hopefully that's the transition plan. As you transition out to San Diego State University in your college days. But many big things to come from you, many big things to come from the Be the Difference group, and we're grateful to have you in Middletown. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes, absolutely. There you go. Hold pro. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Thank you. Okay, I just want to pass out some flyers while I'm up here. So you guys can take them home to your family or just put them on your fridge, anything. Just share it. So that you guys have all of the details. There's a QR code that you can scan, of course, and it will bring you directly to our website. And you can learn more about Be the Difference and why it was started. And you can also sign up online or just donate.
So scan the QR code and sign up. Thanks, Piper. Great job.
I think I can help us sign up.
Yeah, the QR code is there for your convenience, Rick. You take your phone out, you scan that little QR code, and off you go. He said he needs Laura's help to get to that. All right. Okay. Ready, Karen?
Sure. I just have a few proclamations to read for the record. First, we have a proclamation recognizing May 5th through 11th, 2024 as Municipal Clerks Week. A proclamation recognizing May 2024 as Older Americans Month in the Township of Middletown. A proclamation recognizing May 2024 as Buddy Poppy Month in the Township of Middletown. A proclamation recognizing May 1st through the 7th, 2024 as Elks Youth Week in the Township of Middletown. And last, a proclamation recognizing May 11th through the 17th, 2024 as Police Week in the Township of Middletown.
Just before we move on, Karen, it is Clerks Week, Municipal Clerks Week. And I just want to say, on behalf of the entire Township Committee up here and the staff, honest to God, you and Heidi do an unbelievable job. Our clerk's office is hands down one of the best anywhere in the state of New Jersey, from passports to imaging, to putting the agendas together, to researching things. You both and the entire clerks team do an amazing job. And I really thank you as mayor and on behalf of the Township Committee and everybody else. Thank you for everything that you do.
Thank you. And it's an honor to serve and work with all of you. Thank you. Okay. Next item on tonight's agenda, we have public hearings on proposed ordinances. First ordinance is 2024-3412, an ordinance delegating authority to the Township of Middletown Sewerage Authority relating to the inspection and enforcement of regulations governing grease traps and interceptors.
I expect a lot of public comments on this one. Any member of the public wishing to speak on public ordinance number 2024-3412? Now you're good, Don? All right. Motion to close the public portion and approve.
Second it.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion passes to approve this ordinance on second final reading. Next ordinance on tonight's agenda for public hearing is ordinance 2024-3413, an ordinance amending chapters 240-20 of the Code of the Township of Middletown, reducing New Jersey Transit commuter parking lot fees to mitigate the extraordinary New Jersey Transit fare increase.
Any member of the public wishing to speak on public ordinance number 2024-3413 to lower the New Jersey Transit parking fees? Seeing no member of the public stepping forward, make a motion to approve and close the public portion.
Second.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion passes to approve this ordinance on second and final reading. Next item on tonight's agenda, we have the introduction of proposed ordinances. First is 2024-3414, an ordinance amending Chapter 240-8 of the Code of the Township of Middletown governing fire prevention local business registration fees.
Motion to introduce.
Second.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass this ordinance on first reading with a public hearing to be held May 20th, 2024. Next, we have 2024-3415, a bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $1,100,000 for acquisition of property by and for the Township of Middletown in the County of Monmouth, New Jersey, and authorizing the issuance of $1,045,000 in bonds or notes of the township for financing part of the appropriation.
Motion to introduce.
Second.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass this ordinance on first reading with the public hearing to be held May 20th, 2024. At this time, I would like to ask the Township Committee to adopt a consent agenda that would include resolutions 24-156 through 24-164.
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to approve consent agenda. Next, we have Township Committee comments.
All right, Committeeman Sedambrino.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll hold my comments until the next meeting.
All right, Committeewoman Kratz.
I'll do the same, Mayor. Thank you.
Okay, Deputy Mayor.
Same here, Mayor.
All right. With that, I'll open it up for public comment. Actually, right just before that, I just want to say thank you to the Township Committee, and thank you to everyone on the staff level, back to, the clerk's team again, who handles the parking, to be able to get the parking fees reduced in the time in which we were able to get that done, that ordinance written. Brian, thank you for that. Talking about the fees and the reduction in those fees with Colleen and the team. Tony, for his credit, and certainly in leading the charge after those fees, NJ Transit fare fees were introduced and passed by the New Jersey Transit Board without any audits, without any type of discussion, for it to unanimously happen up in Newark with relatively little information prior. This is at least a small help for the commuters of Middletown, and certainly I'm sure will go a long way as soon as they are implemented. So I want to thank everybody for getting that done. With that being said, Tom.
The item on your agenda, on your consent agenda, it's our annual CDBG, and we are required to ask if anyone has any public comments on that.
Okay. All right. So resolution 24-156, a resolution, is that the one you're talking about, Tone?
Yes.
24-156, a resolution authorizing the submission of the 2024 action plan pursuant to the requirements of federal regulations 24-CFR Part 91. Any member of the public wishing to make a public comment? Okay, seeing no member of the public moving forward, I'll go back, Karen, and we'll just do a separate vote for 24-156, seeing that there's no member of the public stepping forward for comment. Motion to approve.
Second.
No, I was waiting for the second. Okay. Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass resolution 24-156.
All right. With that being said, any member of the public wishing to make a public comment? Seeing no member of the public stepping forward, move to close the public portion and adjourn.
Second.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to adjourn.
Have a great night, everybody. Thank you all.